Newshub can reveal the number of threats against MPs recorded by police fell dramatically last year.
There were a high number of threats against Jacinda Ardern when she was Prime Minister in 2022, but as Jamie Ensor reports, her successors faced far fewer.
Whether it's in the real world or in the digital one, MPs often face abuse.
It's fine being scrutinised in the public for all of those things, that's fine. But the hatred and the attack that you can get for that, so it's done its job, you could say, to create a chill factor.
The Greens' Marama Davidson says abuse has already ramped up since yesterday's news that the party will have 2 female co-leaders.
Concerted efforts are already being made to disempower us.
On the campaign trail last year, politicians were open about the risks.
My husband said, "Can we please take 2 cars? I do not want the children in your Willow Jean Prime car."
We have been the victim of gang violence and intimidation, and it's outrageous.
But Newshub can reveal the number of threats against MPs recorded by police dropped by more than half last year. In 2019, there were 43 threats, including death threats, towards MPs. In 2022, that jumped to 101. Last year, it was back at 43. When Jacinda Ardern was Prime Minister, she was the subject of a torrent of threats, with police logging 60 against her in 2022 alone. Before she resigned in January 2023, Jacinda Ardern received 1 threat. Chris Hipkins received 6 in the roughly 10 months he held the top job last year, while Christopher Luxon received 4 during his time in the role in 2023.
I think there is more gendered abuse for female politicians in New Zealand, period.
Many of the threats were made online via social media and email, including from people suspected of suffering from mental distress. A number of the threats also related to COVID-19 mandates, an issue that really flared up in 2022 when the most threats were received.
What I hope is that it hasn't just become so normalised and so expected that we're almost sort of like, oh yeah, well, this is just inevitable now, and we choose to do less about it.
And she hopes others don't let the hateful comments silence them. Jamie Ensor, Newshub.